afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero, select defender of the fatherland, off here to a 1v1 on Miller Road. Is Miller Road his name? Yeah, it's Miller Road. Just had to check briefly. Sometimes with all these maps and map names, you know, you're a bit afraid of crossing some wrong wires. But anyways, we're off here. An exciting match here with me, your host, Imperial Dane, master propaganda hero, like defender of the fatherland. Here in the north, it is PFC fighting for the Oberkommando West Germany, Deutschland. Here with the first SS Panzer Division. In the south, it is Ashablois fighting for the British Empire, the Commonwealth, the 7th Armoured Division, the Desert Rats, here with Overwatch featuring Jäger Light Infantry Recon Squads, early warning systems for the fatherland, Leichte Feldhaubitz 18, Sector Assault versus Royal Artillery, Vanguard, and Commando Regiment. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my patrons, supporters, wonderful people, one and all. Without them, support the Propagandacast would not be possible. So big thanks to all those. Other people who join the match by Patreon. You can also donate by PayPal to support the Propagandacast that way. Links in the description. And you can also now, you know, pre-order Companies 3 for the link in the comments, where you can use the code STU3G, because apparently the other two codes were too long. So I went for a short one that, you know, still, you know, makes you think of the Propagandacast. So STU3G, hopefully that'll work. You know, use the link there. Don't, you know, deviate, just go straight to purchase, use the code, and hopefully I get a cut of it. So, and I'll finally just comment, like, share, subscribe. And there's enough about that. We got double Fulton and Puny here, Overwatch versus who knows from Ashablois, triple sections leading up for the British Empire. Sandbags here right before the Germans line up for some shots. There's some pretty lucky timing. Of course, it's already too late for that cow, though. That one's dead already. Shot for crimes against the German Reich. University there on the way for Ashablois, or shot by, you know, the French resistance for potential sympathies with the German army. I don't know. Sandbags in the east here. University on the way there for Ashablois. University almost done. I mean, so far pretty quiet opening, and crucially, of course, PFC's not looking to like engage Ashablois head-ons. In this regard, he's more looking to outmaneuver, catch them off guard. And Ashablois is also not particularly, I think, keen on just running into the Sturmpioneer, since those are probably like in the early game Ashablois' major issue. Like if Ashablois advances and then runs into the Sturmpioneer at the wrong angle, that could be a quick win there for PFC. So neither side in this regard into this map is particularly being encouraged to play aggressively in this matchup. Trot on the weather for PFC, his course could be relying on the Jaegers, since they kind of get around a lot of the British advantages, which is again where the Oberkommando could struggle. University on the move there for Ashablois rushing in. We got a major engagement south here. They're really fighting over that dead cow. Troops moving forward here, section being focused down here, heavy fire, but crucially Ashablois focused down the Sturmpioneers again. They are in the sense that bigger priority here, also the one that can mostly push back, since they do, you know, have only 4 men, thus they become easy, like, you know, rendered combat ineffective. So we can see the Germans being pushed back here, but still not going all the way for Ashablois either. Taking some losses, taking some bleeding. Battlefield head calls up the PFC in his base. Can soon start calling the Jaegers, but I imagine he will prioritize, you know, first upgrade, so he can actually upgrade the Jaegers once they get out of there. We can see in the end of the engagement is one with PFC. The section is just much stronger than heavy cover than the Fulton Grenadiers are. Backed up the University as well there. Really putting some pressure on PFC and forcing them to fall back here in the face of a stalwart British assault here. So definitely a rough start even for PFC and the German army. University found to the Fulton Grenadiers there. Back here, Battlefield headquarters almost done for PFC. The Jaegers called in here for PFC and the German army. But again, I imagine the priority will be something at the Battlefield headquarters first. Maybe even a flak half track over the Jaegers. We'll have to see. So any opportunity there, got mechanized battlefield upgrade fast. Nope, cancels it. Medic perhaps. Oh no, actually goes for the Jaegers first though. Alright. I'm actually a bit surprised at that one, since again they will need to upgrade this first, but I'm guessing PFC really just wants to let the Jaegers up first and then just pop that upgrade as soon as he can. Sandbags and the Senate Universal Carrier patrolling about there for the British Empire. The Universal Carrier was a pretty well universal element in the British Army. It was an infantry transport weapons platform, tractor, reconnaissance vehicle. The Soviets kind of liked it and used it for their own reconnaissance formations. They had a Svetki. So, little fun fact there. Samples on all the Ashablois, and seemingly a common configuration active in the anti-tank rifle in the front here, then the machine gun mounted up on the top there. So, fun fact there. Even more fun fact, the Germans actually had a bunch of them captured in, you know, Dunkirk. While some were converted towards the Opel here, a bunch were also used as tank hunters. Basically, they'd mount Panzer IVs on them and used them like tank hunters that way. So, Fun fact. Back here, reinforcing. Probably a bit of healing as well. The Jaeger's got the G34 ready, so yeah. Lots of history in that little universal carrier thing there. Fourth section of the Ashablois committing to more infantry to face the Hunnic menace. Jaeger's starting out here, obviously expecting the British to walk towards the field point, and the British are clearly not too keen on that. You mean walk all the way over there? What do we look like? Infantry? Well, yeah. Oh, about that, we're actually pipers. No, you're not. Bugger. Sandbags up here in the west side, flak hafting there for PFC. Section of the move there, of course, worth noting they have been bolstered. Mighty weapon racks, mighty grenades. Yeah, very curious, so cautious fight. It definitely gives me more room for like just talking about stuff, but yeah. Very quiet here. Mines up here, obviously looking to, you know, prepare for the German assault. Which again, so far, isn't coming because in any matchup against the British, you're not really encouraged to attack them head on due to the bonus the infantry sections have. In cover, and of course the British will typically look to be in heavy cover when you're attacking, so it creates a different flow there. There you go, flak half track out here, Ashablois with no anti-tank weapons, and not even preparations there for the armoured cars. This flak half track is going to be like potentially really powerful here versus Ashablois, unless PFC drives it into like both mines, which would be quite the achievement. Since they're quite a bit of far ways there. But anyway, section 1 of the flak half track, 275 there, ripping through the section, pushing it back here. 6 punning along the way there for Ashablois. South, they've got the foot Jaegers bleeding up the section. Again, notice this marksman rifle means they can easily beat them out there with a bit of, you know, good effort. 217 there. Nope, by the way, there'd be a later version of Model D, which didn't have the whole things, guns, you know, ports falling aside there on the sides. Rather more of a turret at the front there with the 2cm gun. And apparently they're actually like, you know, in later German Panther information, it's actually at them in there for more fire support in those units. Basically like, you know, an autocannon like the more modern infantry fighting vehicles. Fun note there. Anyway, Jaeger's ready for the universal carrier. And later on that would be also going to see the 251-23, which had the flak drilling mount, which was like 3 anti-aircraft machine guns dismounted there. Really powerful. Against infantry light vehicles. Like heading out there for PFC in the south, you've got the Sturmpionier straight to the 2 section again. Lots of rifle fire here. PFC Sturmpionier are hastily dispatched there. 6 pounder gun is now ready, of course, due to the arrival of the German flak half track here. Again, moving forwards. Medics almost on there for PFC, but definitely made some good progress, secured all 3 victory points. They do have a bit of an extended front line here because they will have to manage the flak half track, and its high mobility makes this easier. Of course, the anti-tank gun will be covering wherever like Ashablois intends to attack, and we got a surprise here. It's Royal Artillery with early warning. Concentration barrage, also known as big warning. Command Detachment Valentine, the Sexton, and finally the perimeter watchability. Section has the Falcondiers moving up from the north as well here. Bit of skirmishing bleeding out the section. 6 pounder gun forwards here for Ashablois, and the British Empire ready to blow out those German flak half tracks. Yeah, we'll make them into flat half tracks. Wouldn't it be more like burning? Well, that doesn't rhyme, now does it? Shut up. Vickers on the way for Ashablois to help deal with the German infantry. Sectioning southwards there. Do have some Sturmgears got the PFC's forces. Sandbags have been crumbled out. Now we got the Sappers charging in the Sten guns. PFC will have to retreat the Sturmpionier to avoid utter annihilation. Flak half track getting off some good shots on the Sappers. Vickers halfway down there for Ashablois. We'll have to see what they follow up with. So far, no sound AC. Could Ashablois actually be planning the Valentine tank? Now that would be interesting. Been some time since we've seen that one. Sandbags wrecked on both sides. And the Jaeger's suddenly standing out there like, oh, Scheiße, hello. Here's the Jaegers, yeah, we're trying to snap your guys. But there you go, nice pushing on the flak half track. 6 pounder gun can't easily deal with that, so section has to fall back there. As it turns out, old farm tractors do not provide much coverage against a 2cm anti-aircraft gun. MD-34 there on the way for PFC. Further suppressive firepower here. Ashablois again held off the victory points at PFC and the German army. First SS Leibstandarte, which was formed out of Hitler's original bodyguard unit of the SS, and thus formed as a division. As a fun side note, several of Hitler's bodyguard units will see that fate of being turned into combat units. So, fun fact there. Up north is going to go to Sturmpionier. Back here, nothing further transpiring for Ashablois. No tech, no upgrades, no grenades, no weapon racks. Got the Vickers to find out the German Jaegers, they're definitely not fit for surviving against that out in the open. In the south here, folks coming up, they could try and sort of sneak up through the south here. See some territory right there from Ashablois and the British Empire. Up north here, flak half attack in there. Garner counter section out in the open here. Rip them apart with some well-placed flak fire. And that will soon go pop there, I think. There we go. Ashablois quick to respond here. The came of the flanking prevents them from singling up here alongside the Volksgrenadiers. More assault rifles there for PFC and the German army. And you got a second Vickers machine gun here for Ashablois. Interesting choice here. Obviously, more suppressive firepower is going to be great against all of PFC's infantry. But part of me was expecting more like a mortar emplacement for some artillery. Then again, with an artillery commander, you might be looking for something a bit bigger in caliber. We fuck up the centre back up with the Jaegers. Charging 40 for the British Empire. No grenades in there. Go flak half track. Easily dispatches those British dogs. In the west, the Sturmpionier are close to expiring here, as the Vickers there is not assisting. There's a section but they're themselves bleeding out in the face of the German Reich. In the south, the PFC making great progress with the German army. And we got take as well with the Schwerer Wehrmachtschlepper on the way there. That'll become a Schwerer Panzer IV. Don't you think we have something a bit lighter than all these Schwerer things, you know? I can't help but worry about the calorie intakes. Jürgen? Yeah? You're an idiot. Oh. Back here, nothing further transparent there for Ashablois. No tech. We do get a mortar emplacement now. So yeah, we had to get some artillery to try and break out of this mess here. Certainly, I think, indicates that PFC has been able to, I think, establish a pretty good ring of Kruppsteel here around Ashablois. And Ashablois, to try and break this, is, you know, going for the mortar emplacements. Would have figured they maybe try and hit him closer to the center, that way cover, but at the same time, I'm not entirely sure why they put it over here. I guess they're doing it for the sake of safety. So it's like not as easily reached by the Germans, maybe? But anyways, there's artillery out here for the British. That will certainly give the Germans a bit of a more uncomfortable time. Also close, going to be built a Valentine tank here. Well, specifically a command Valentine tank. Northeast section of the Volksgrenadiers pushing the back 6-pound gun there, wrecking German sandbags with, well, muted glee. Schwer Panther going up there. Note the positioning. You know, a lot of Overwatch players tend to be more cautious nowadays for the Schwer Panther quarters because, you know, otherwise the Allies can just drop pair into tankers and wreck it. So he's building it around. He still covers some of the points here, but crucially, isn't something that Ashablois can just, you know, park a pair of anti-tankers up by easily and just start blasting at. But there you go, mortar emplacement with the second mortar tube ready. And now north side is all secured here. Ashablois, Anthony Crotons, PFC, and the 1st SS Panzer Division. 2nd SS Panzer Grenadier Company. Got the Vickers moving forward there for the British Empire. Still no tech. Can start building the Valentine tank there, specifically the Command Valentine tank. Valentine tanks were in the British Army at this point, primarily used for artillery observations to command duties. That said, there was another army that actually made great use of the Valentine tanks at this point. That's actually the Soviet Army. They actually really liked the Valentine tanks so much that the British and the Canadians, well, the English and the Canadians, basically kept producing Valentine tanks when they really themselves didn't have any major need for them. 6-pound gun going to sit on the flak half track because the Soviets actually really liked them in the reconnaissance units as tank support there. So, fun fact. Fun fact. Anyways, Ashablois can start building the Valentine tank, but again, will they build the Valentine tank? I mean, it certainly would be a tank faster than PFC is ready for. Now, it could certainly give Ashablois some advantages. We've got a Brandhand gun off from the mortar emplacement. Lighting it up there. Quickly bracing it. Okay, so far, nothing going on the Ashablois. No tech, no tank. Some mines going off. They're killing several of PFC's Jaegers. And we got the mortar emplacement in a lot of trouble. You can see the Raketten going up for it. So again, the positioning compared to he ends up not making much of a difference. As ultimately PFC launches a pretty spirited attack here. And with Rakenas blasting very large shelters, we've got multiple incendiary grenades to just level this mortar emplacement. And there you go. Pop goes. We've got 25 pound gunfire here as we get a concentration bounty. There we go. With airburst shells, the Rakena crew there. Expires money to wiping the Flugzeug squad to Jaegers. Almost wiped. Even the Sturmpioneer squad wiped out there. Just, not Jaegers, but the Flugzeug nearly got wiped out. That is pretty brutal here. A good counterstroke here by Ashablois. Right into PFC's jawline there. Meanwhile, we got a Panther IV on the way from him. We do get the Valentine tank here for Ashablois. Not quite a match for the Panther IV, but in a pinch, I suppose it's better than nothing. That said, of course, we can grab the Rakena. Means we're going to anti-tank. There you go. The machine might get wiped as well here. Needs to get the hands of the Rakena now, I think. In fact, it's even pointed like directly at the flag half. There you go. Flag half track. Shreds the universal carrier. The crew desperately trying to escape, but they are destroyed here. There you go. Rakena now recruit. He needs to get the flag half before the Rakena wipes that out. Some pretty intense fighting between PFC and Ashablois here. Folks, they're being murdered out here. Valentine tank almost done for Ashablois. PFC, they're similarly almost done with their Panzer IV model. Yay. Jaegers, they're routed. There we go, Valentine tank out of there. Been some time since we've seen a Valentine tank here in the Propagandacast, but here we are with one from Ashablois. Machine gun there tried to grab there, but the Germans pretty much just execute the crew mercilessly for, the crime of stealing German property right in front of the German army. Flag half track knocked out. That's a great kill for Ashablois. PFC is definitely paying a high price for successes here. And even that, of course, means the successes are pretty short-lived. But there you go, Valentine tank on the field there. Panther IV diving ahead here. That is going to be one tough tank engagement here for Ashablois, as the Valentine tank is not exactly favoured in this engagement. Try and take out the cannon of the Valentine tank in the 75mm gun here. Poor Jurgen there, they're stuck in it. That's got to be pretty uncomfortable. Panther IV firing at the machine gun there, 6-point gun ready on the flank. There we go, good shot on the Panther IV here. So we'll have to see what Ashablois goes for next here against PFC. I'm guessing tech next because you can't build more than one command Valentine tank. For these reasons. They're kind of cost-efficient tanks in terms of in-game performance. Got one kill on it though, for the British Empire.
What's next then?
Initially, the Valentine tank was known as an infantry tank. That is basically a heavy tank meant to support the infantry. But, as the war went on and, some more service, its kind of role changed again from, for some cases, the SO's being used effectively as a light tank to support the reconnaissance formations there at Azvetki. So, fun note there. In the south section, forts here with Vickers is also supporting there. But Ashablois like been able to fight back pretty well against PFC here, certainly highlighting the challenges of attacking into the Brits, as they can bite back pretty hard. No take yet, and we got another concentration barrage here from Ashablois. Question is, what is the target? I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, okay, see, I'm my guess as well, but the smoke wasn't quite there when I was looking at it. There you go. Folks in the got the base coming up, of course, the Valentine tank providing excellent infantry support here with its 75mm gun. North side, see the points being grabbed here. PFC's Panther IV there being also used as infantry support here to help slow down Ashablois' advance. But the anti-tank gun is clearly causing PFC to be a lot more cautious with the Panzer IV in the south here. Ashablois extending their influence as well there, but sending up a couple of units here. Jaegers are being dispatched to try and deal with those British interlopers. North here, Ashablois' Valentine tank is valiantly pursuing the Germans here. Landing off several hits there with its 75mm gun. South we got the Panther IV for PFC. Jaegers at the ready, 12 kills. Veteran T2. South here section about there. Truck rushing forward to the Panther IV. Completely wrecks something utterly unrelated, but does cause the section to retreat with that show of force, I guess, before completely slaughtering Hamilton. Mines up here, again expecting a German assault, so of course mining up for that is very smart. Thumbs up to Ashablois. Finally got the company command post up with the go for Cromwells, Centaurs, or will Ashablois like to try and go for something bigger to then go along with the Valentine tank, which would definitely be an interesting scale of contrast.
Enemy causing trouble.
Hammer tactics. Yeah, Ashablois intends to go from Valentine tanks to Comets. That's quite a jump. We'll have to see what PFC does. Make more Panzer IVs. Maybe he'll go for Panthers. Maybe he'll go for Yacht Panzers. I mean, this match is definitely another interesting one here. You can certainly rest assured that if Ashablois involved, there's a good chance, you know, at least for 1v1, there's going to be something not quite the usual. Good shots from the Panther IV, they're down to half health. Got the Valentine tank, they're nearly at veterans 1, they're supporting the infantry gun, another push here from Ashablois. Yig's charging forwards here, but Kevin Lenting great hit in the Valentine tank, but he does gain veterans 1. That's something for Ashablois. Not so much for PFC. Once more though, slowing down here in terms of advances. We got 429 to 191. Ashablois certainly a fair part behind PFC here. Can soon go for second Panther IV. Ashablois is actually not like far away from a Comet though. They almost have the fuel. Manpower wise is again where things are a bit more tense due to the fairly efficient beating him of PFC against Ashablois, but even that I think is not impossible for Ashablois to like sort out. Just means they have to be a bit more defensive for a while, but you know, with the Comet that should backed up by Valentine tank, I think they can turn things around there. Looks like PFC briefly considered something there. He's not going for the Panther IVs. I think PFC is kind of going, I think my opponent might be going for something significantly bigger than the Valentine tank. I should probably invest in something bigger than my Panzer IV. Again, if he went for the Panther IV now, he could probably, he could pressure Ashablois, I think, more significantly in terms of manpower to make it harder for Ashablois to go for the Comet, but at the same time, I can see the logic, of course, going for a Panther here. Ooh, gonna hit a mine, I think. Yep, straight into the mine. Now, of course, we need support here. We got the Valentine tank rushing after it. I think Ashablois will try and get a kill there. We also, of course, got the sectors already here. Great shot from the Valentine tank again here. Another set of Germans dead here by its mighty gun. Did you look at that, Terence? Yes, I did look at that. I'm the commander. It's my job to look at that. Oh, did you see it? Yes, it was a nice shot. Yay. North Vickers was the foot of suppressing them. South section sneaking up there for the British Empire, looking to lay claim to all 3 victory points here. Jaeger's there, 13 kills, closing in eventually 3 Valentine tank rushing forwards here. Well, of course, they can deploy smoke the Valentine tank, but so far, Ashablois has not been quite keen on that. They also, I think, consider repairing it soon and closing in eventually 2 on it, by the way. It's also one of the few tanks that actually doesn't get like any real offensive like bonus, like nothing's like rate of fire, accuracy, or penetration, anything like that. It just gets more mobility and, you know, line of sight. Maybe a bit of interpretation, but even that's like, you know, there's not like any major thing like say a Panzer IV, which gets, for example, the Model J here are a lot of accuracy bonuses and accuracy and rate of fire. And there you go, Panther for PFC. Ashablois is closing on that Comet tank. Got an MD-34 there, more for PFC. Help North Sturmpioneer flanking in there, catching the machine gun out of position. Ashablois, I think, makes the right decision, then just orders it to haul ass out of there. Panther halfway done here. Actually, I think rather than another machine gun, I think PFC should consider light infantry gun, because, you know, artillery in this kind of situation is quite powerful. I mean, there's a reason Ashablois went for the multi placement. So I think a light infantry gun here, I think, would be much more effective for PFC. Could deploy smoke, of course, to obfuscate Ashablois' defenses, and thus allow, I think, PFC to execute attacks much better versus Ashablois. But that's just me. Anyways, Panther right around the corner, but Comet is halfway done for Ashablois. Panther IV, they, of course, could do with some more kills. But that's about it. So, of course, we get to the better piece of veterancy. Panther has arrived here, though, for PFC and the German army. Deutschland, the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Comet almost done here. South, we got Valentine coming forwards here. Meanwhile, up north is where PFC strikes with his Panther IV, backed up by a decent amount of infantry here. The northern field's also certainly fairly empty, except for the mines laid down by Ashablois. 6-pound gun Vickers coming up to cover here. We've also got the Ellen in the centre, so forming up another strong point here. If PFC gets some artillery, this would be a great spot to employ that. South here, Valentine tank rushing forward, straight for the MD-34. First shot misses due to the sandbags here. And there goes straight into a mine here. Could PFC exploit this? Answer that looks to be maybe? Of course, in a pinch, Ashablois could deploy smoke to the command. Tank, I think, help assist the retreat here. Got the Comet ramming here now, so any attempt to pursue the Valentine. Tank, I think, will end up a bit more quickly here for PFC. Though, of course, he does have the air support. There you go. Comet gets the first shot here. Panther takes a nice hit. Panther gets a return shot. We got artillery support called as well by Ashablois on PFC. We got air support called in the Comet and Panther clashing out there. Shots bouncing, but not so much in the Panther here. And there you go. The Canon and Fulton, they're going for it. None of them really hitting. Panther also backing off here. There we go. 6 shots that goes through the side armor of the Comet. Panther moving out again. Then machine gun forces slowly. Panther 4 hiding out. His artillery tries to level something here by the center, but there's just no Germans to level. Panther diving straight into mine. Now he has definitely retreated and pulled it back for repairs. Good mining by Ashablois. Again, Ashablois has been incredibly consistent in mining, and it's definitely something that is very powerful. Troops reinforcing healing here. Panther just hoping to get back to safety before the Brits fall upon it.
Where do you want this Comet?
Comet there being fixed up. MD Fit holding up here. Schwerer punch at quarters there at the ready. Panther and Die need repairs. The engine has certainly seen much better days. And because of that, you'll bring another 6-pounder gun to help deal with the Panther and the Panther at the same time, augmenting their anti-tank firepower significantly. We've also got 2 Propagandacaster here for PFC, so a lot of anti-tank guns, but crucially, not a lot of on-map artillery, which means, of course, Ashablois' 25-pounder guns definitely give Ashablois the bit of advantage when employed correctly. And so far, Ashablois hasn't exactly been bad at using it. There you go, great shot from the Comet. Reinhardt and Engelbert got completely blasted into bits. Panther waiting repairs from the Sturmpioniere. It's a bit of quiet here again up north here. The strong point from Ashablois remains. Again, machine guns, sections. Any attack through here will, I think, require either very deep flank through here, which is going to be difficult to hide, or artillery to either blast or deploy smoke. And so far, PFC doesn't have any artillery. Well, there's also option 2, which is flank through here, but that would require to attack right for Ashablois line. But there you go, Panther does attack up north here. Kind of risky considering, like, PFC knows Ashablois has been mining here. Like, you know, one mistake would easily cost them the Panzer IV here. But now actually Ashablois like committing everything to the north. He almost got the Panzer IV. 2 in the south, though we got the Soldier 4 tier. Valentine tank in with 2 Propagandacaster. Almost got it here, but it does escape the wrath of the Propagandacaster up north here. The Fulton is in trouble here. As Ashablois continue to charge forward to the Fulton, they are suppressed. They will need to retreat here. MD4 keeps the anti-tank guns a bit at bay, but even that's going to be limited with the Comet, of course, being able to deal with that pretty east. In the south here, the assault is not really going anywhere. Valentine tank name done the repairs. Got eventually 2 though, 10 kills. Thumbs up the Ashablois. Panther going forwards here for Deutschland. 6-pounder guns quickly turning around to deal with the Panther here. Back up base, Panther 4 waiting, needed repairs. PFC is definitely faced with a tricky challenge to overcome here. Sandbags being dug in. You have support, of course, again looking to make it as difficult and most frustrating as possible for the GM to attack, and PFC follows up with a mechanized regiment. Possibly as a setup for King Tiger, of course, but at the same time, considering it's almost a full pop cap, I'd not be surprised all just for the repair pioneers, which would certainly help PFC repairs Panther and Panzer IV. So that's not, I think, an entirely bad idea at all, truth be told. Back at base for Ashablois, nothing further happening. Theoretically, he has the resource for the second Comet, you just don't have the population. Panther Comet about to clash again. There we go. Comet again getting the upper hand thanks to the tank command ability. And there you go. Several hits on the Panther there. Pushes back PFC's Panzer come fighting fifth once more. Pushing him down to almost half health. Mechanized rep going up there. Sturmpioniere, of course, just as they finish fixing it, we'll have to get back to fixing it. Probably a bit annoyed about that.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
South here, fresh push here by Ashablois heading the exposed underbelly here of PFC. The machine guns located they caught completely out of angle. And of course, with no infantry in reserve or a tank easily were able to respond, they are forced to retreat. If you do get the Panther IV moving in, does gain veterancy too, but again, right now, there's not a lot else in the south here. And the center of the section pushes through here, forcing PFC to withdraw from here as well. There's some pretty sneaky pushes here by Ashablois, quite efficient at that. Doing a lot there to undermine PFC's positions with limited resources, which is really effective. Yeah, Ashablois easily has the resources like a Panther. PFC's got the repair pioneers, not quite yet up there. Could PFC actually be planning something else? I do not know. Maybe Goliaths? Got a northern push again from PFC. Sturm himself routed, noting not here to support the arm up north of the minesweeper. Again, lots of mines here from Ashablois. The thing is said to, like, you know, in considered movie, they could cause PFC a lot here against Ashablois. We got 254 versus 178 here. The victory point count is now much closer to being stabilized between the two sides, but still with a lead to PFC here at Ashablois. Comet quickly setting up shot there and firing off shot there. The Germans got artillery support called in again here. This time there's perimeter Overwatch. Pretty much making it very difficult for PFC to advance. And there you go, ample mines wiping out one of the Volksgut squads, possibly even two there actually. Actually, it's a Volksgut squad and a Jaeger squad that got wiped out. Brutal losses. I mean, that's 2 squad wipes in a matter of seconds here. Absolutely devastating. Plus, perimeter Overwatch pretty much means that PFC for the time being can't really try and grab any points since risk his men getting obliterated while doing so. That was really powerful here by Ashablois against PFC. Devastating even. This is going to make it much harder for PFC, I think, to do anything aggressively, but even defensively it's going to be tough with just 3 squads of infantry to hold up against 5-man sections, so definitely a tough challenge here for PFC. But again, the mines here just proving to be an amazing investment for Ashablois, and PFC really is, like, I think, more seriously start sweeping for mines. Which is obviously not going to be easy since Ashablois, of course, try and cover their mines as efficiently as possible, but arguably the attempt has to be made. But at this point, though, Ashablois almost brought PFC down to their level in terms of victory points. Panther IV diving in from the south, again going in pretty aggressively there with no minesweepers. PFC apparently just keeps thinking, you know what, those mines will absolutely be the last. Ashablois will not build any more mines, and of course, Ashablois proves PFC wrong again. Panther on the move here. There you go. No mines here, I think. Might actually spot the Comet again. The Comet, thanks to the tank commander, gets the first shot off. Panther returns the favor and kills the poor sapper, as he was directly in the line of fire. Trying to push for the center south here. Ashablois is already with machine guns to stop PFC's advantage there quite efficiently. Well played there by Ashablois. MD34 the Vetchi 2. 2 kills in the center of the British force advance here for the Empire. And far up north here, got points being grabbed. We got another white ball when he's actually calling in Jaegers. At this point, I think PFC should invest into Obsoldaten rather than Jaegers, but that's just me. There you go. More 6-pounder guns going for the Panther IV. Once more, I also feel like the lack of artillery is really showing itself here in terms of, like, you know, hurting PFC. Up north here, Valentine tank going for the MD force flank. We got the Panther in there for Deutschland. Good shot there, could go for a Comet Blitz section. Almost right by the MD4. Almost got it, but now gets away there. The incredible luck here for Ashablois in the southeast of the assault is halted here at a rather steep cost here for PFC. Another machine crew there bites the dust in service of the Reich.
A capture point is being overrun.
Heading up northwards, at least with this. PFC has been able to halt the victory point bleed, but is now behind Ashablois. Ashablois is flooding a lot of resources, in part because they can't really call a lot of units, but there you go, spoke too soon. We got a second Comet for Ashablois, because why not? Why not go for second Comet? You got the opportunity. And we got the MG34 they destroyed. No German equipment here for Ashablois. Panther IV there, half H of it in your feet. Second straight to the MG34 on the Panther. Nope, cancels the Comet for Firefly. I mean, that works too. And will certainly also be a challenge for PFC's armor, though less so for the infantry. Machine gun once more without cover as PFC's Panther IV engages viciously with the 75mm gun. There we go, almost wipes the entire machine crew here. One more shot will do the trick. There you go, Ashablois firing up the 6-pounder gun here. And there you go, 2 6-pounder guns firing up the Panther IV. Does force PFC to pull back the Panther IV, though I would say he's been incredibly lucky with it. Like, most of the shots are just missing. Also got the repair ponies finally up there. At the same time, I do think PFC is, lining up here for the King Tiger, now creating a reserve here. Which is probably why he's not calling in more infantry. Like, he wants, make sure that, should he suffer a few more losses in this resource, he can then immediately call in the King Tigers, like maybe launch an assault. Nope, Ashablois back to the Comet. Definitely a bit of hesitation, but Ashablois, bit of lack of certainty. Also, the Valentine tank is still alive. Really good gun position on that one by Ashablois. Comet almost done. Has the manpower now, just a bit more to go and they call in, have the fuel as well. But I think they need to lose a few more units before they call it in. Oh, never mind, just booked this in. Apparently it wasn't quite that population intensive though, pretty close. Either way though, King Tiger for PFC, the Koenigsieger, the Tiger II. Sent in from the 101st SS Schwerer Panther Abteilung. And there goes second Comet. We're about to head into a pretty intense tank battle, I think here. 3 tanks on each side. 2 Comets, 1 Valentine tank. Versus 1 Panther IV, 1 Panther, and 1 King Tiger. You might notice a bit of a difference there in overall tonnage and caliber. So, this could be a pretty explosive tank battle. And pretty interesting. Depending on what they do. And we also, of course, have air support ready here for PFC. So the question is, does he pop it too early? Does he pop it at the right time? Come firing away there, very slow advancing by Ashablois. Panther forwards. 6 guns lining up here, and there go flipping ham here. There you go, 2 hits, easily penetrating the Panther's front armor. Valentine tanks into the KNF and the King Tiger suffering immense damage. The crew though somehow, in the end, don't survive. I was about to say they do manage to survive the first volley. But yeah, second shot from the camera completely lights up here. Leaving now Ashablois with 2 Comets versus 1 Panzer IV, Panther V, and a King Tiger. Which was technically the Panzer VI, similar to the Tiger I. That's a fun side note. Great shot from the King Tiger. But King Tiger actually missed there, I think. That would have bounced. In the actual war, King Tiger would absolutely not have bounced off a Comet. It would have not bounced off anything with that gun. So yeah, back to a bit of quiet here. Ashablois, of course, looking to figure a way to crack this nut. But there you go, Panther there. Noting no spot for the King Tiger. Shot on the Comet there. Several hits here. Comet is heavily damaged. Already down 1/3 of its health total here against the German Panther. Panther, there you go. Calling in the air support. But crucial, without line of sight, it may not matter as much. They're Sturmpening forwards. Actually shooting for mines here. Thumbs up. Catches one of the mines there. There we go. Luftwaffe going in here. Hammering shots with the Comet. But no, none of the hit. Panther down to half health. King Tiger forwards. Infantry route back here as well there. Shoots the section. Decent hit there. Comet's on the move here. It is the Vetsny 2 Comet now pushing forwards for the British Empire. Then backwards. King Tiger meanwhile again creeping forwards for a few extra shots here. Another shot there penetrating the King Tiger's thick frontal armor. He was around 180mm of slope down in the front. Panzer IV there being repaired. North there pumping C, sectioning forwards. King Tiger once more on the offense here for PFC and for Deutschland. Opening up the section there, we got 141 to 139. Once more quieting down a bit here in the south. You got the Vickers holding up back up the section. There you go, Comet catches here. PFC's attempt to grab the southern point here. Got Kevin shoots and misses the Comet. King Tiger move again here. Panther being repaired. Panther IV is good to go. It's very close to Betsy Flea by the way here. Both sides more or less at full pop cap. There was some notable difference there in terms of force composition. More armor for PFC, but less infantry. And less machine guns. bit quietly. They're both sort of very cautiously probing things. They're both looking for like an opening here against the other one. But so far, neither side is really leaving much of an opening for the other player to exploit here. So, this could definitely get fairly cerebral here as again they're both probing here. And there it goes. Jaeger's catching the anti-tank here. Could this be the opening here that PFC are looking for? We do have the Panther moving in here. Panther remains up north in reserve. King Tiger moving forward here. Sexton trying to flank in the MG34. There you go. Great shot. Richards is blown to bits with the King Tiger. It's 88mm with a high velocity gun here. Sexton quickly up there. Go down to just 2 men like Kevin up the Comet. The shot bounces though. King Tiger continues the advantage. Close to veteran one there. Almost got the Sexton machine gun there. Next in line of fire, Panther moving forwards. Panther remains to reserve here. We got 100 points left for PFC versus Ashablois. 139. Machine gun there, about to get wiped out here. Being met with intense firepower. And there you go. 6-pound gun gets another hit on the King Tiger. Panther IV pushed back down to half health with Kednev there. Hiding and biding its time there. Panther finding the move here. Catching the Sexton Vickers in the center. Got more mine from Ashablois up north here. Comet moving forwards. Shoots but misses the Panther, which is eventually 2 there with Schutzen at it. Another Kednev hit this time, of course, a much closer angle. Good shot on the Comet there. Another bounce there though. Panther moving forwards to the veteran feeder, half H veteran 4. The fight continues. This sort of very cautious pace from both sides. Neither really looking to make the big push. P2, there's got another air support lined up there. Another hit in the 6 Panther there. Slowly moving ahead to the 6 Panther guns. King Tiger there and Panther being repaired. We're finding up north here. 75, that's 139 here. I think PFC needs to, like, you know, shift tactics here soon. At this rate, it's just going to lose the game. Panther heavily damaged. Half health. Could Panther pass the Comet here. Yep, there he goes. About to miss the opportunity. There you go. They do get the Panther pass here, damaging the engine of the Comet. But can PFC finish off? They got teleport. No, it's perimeter watch again. Oh dear. And the Panther goes down here. 7 6-pounder guns there, right through the side armor. Sets off the munitions, cooking up PFC's Pantherling just with the Panther on the King Tiger and against the 2 Comets. Telephone up north here wipes the MG34 here thanks to perimeter watch. Now things are definitely looking much tougher here for PFC. He's got another Panther on the way here against Ashablois. But the perimeter watch makes it very difficult for PFC to grab the points, as again his men just risk getting wiped as they try to do so. So this could possibly be GG here, particularly since perimeter watch actually lasts a fair amount of time. Moving forward to the King Tiger for the south. Need to, of course, be wary of mines. Jump on to be careful here. We got 32 points left. Taking body there goes Sturm Pioneer Mandarin to the point neutral before getting hammered too much. Panther IV taking heavy damage, about to get wiped out. King Tiger pushing forward here. Panther IV down. King Tiger going for the anti-tank guns. Sturm Pioneer there now kind of safe in the center. Got moving forward again. We got the perimeter watch still active. We got tank is just done. Air support called in here. King Tiger diving there. Tank is clearing out one here. Comet there diving. We've got the Luftwaffe hot on the heels. The Kanonenvogel firing to the rear of the Comet. King Tiger there being flanked by the Comet. Almost got the 6-pounder gun with Kevin not turning around here. There you go. Both anti-tank gun crews have been exterminated, but there's still the Comet here on the rear of the King Tiger. Panther IV's arrived here. Things are chaotic. There we go, another hit from the Kevin off the Comet, and there you go. King Tiger destroys. We've got 18 points left versus 139. Comet dives at the King Tiger here. Ashablois got an ample reserve here. There's clearly 2 preoccupieds going on here. Air support raining down death here on the Comet. Betsy 2 there, closing on Betsy 4. There goes second Comet down, but Ashablois, of course, can quickly replace them with 2 more Comets. Meanwhile, Ashablois swinging for the can to focus on the victory point here, bleeding out PFC. Got 9 points left, and PFC has no infantry nearby to grab the points here. 6 points. Gammon Bomb on the Panzer IV there, 3 points. Gammon Bomb on the King Tiger, and right before it goes off, GG, game over. A fierce fight here with some intense armor action, but in the end, Ashablois ends up being the winner here over PFC, but some really close action here, some back and forth, and some nasty big tank battles. So I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. Consider donating as well via, PayPal. You can pledge on Patreon. This is Imperial Link signing off, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.